Yeah. 3 dots. Neb.com. We lost. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? When will the rage and the fear stop? No umbrella for these teardrops. My peers watch celebrities and get steered off the right path. Now they in a severe spot. Anime never betrayed me. My eyes screaming, I'll save me. The bank screaming, I'll pay me. I'm spiraling in psychological slavery. But maybe it's for the best, I shouldn't be mad. Can't reminisce about the childhood that I never had. Bring your friends over, they keep asking you, where's your mom? Parent-teacher conferences, they asking where your dad? Where they at? They left a note saying sorry, we failing you. Fridge empty, dresser full of paraphernalia. God, if you're there, I hope you get this letter I'm mailing you. Ventilation from the lost generation.
Heartless, beating, stop, keep breathing.
Yeah.
Losing every aspect of the mind, it's bleeding.
Yeah.
Mommy, daddy love me, please come back to hug me.
Yeah.
The drugs within this country, draw the clouds of death above me.
We the lost generation.
The drugs within this country, draw the clouds of death above me.
We the lost generation.
The drugs within this country, draw the clouds of death above me.
Hey, this is Wham with The Real Truth, and we're here in the African Civil War Memorial on U Street. And I'm telling you, if you ever come in the city, or if you live in the city, come down here, visit this place. And we're here with Mr.
Walters.
Yes.
Right.
From ABC at one time.
Yeah, I've been in town for a little while.
Yes. So what brings you back?
I'm back for these guys. I'm back for the filmmaker here. My students at Bowie State University put together this film. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it. If it's part of any festival that you're having, you got to make sure that they have it. It's called Children of a Lost Generation. And the film grew out of the crack wars of Washington, D.C. And one of the things that we forget is that when they were having the drive-by shootings, these people had children. And these children wound up being my students at Bowie State University. And in a class of about 63 students, out of 63 students, 57 of them had some experience with a relative that was incarcerated, killed, strung out on drugs. They all had that problem. So they didn't talk. They didn't talk to each other. They didn't talk to me. So when they started working on their film, he started asking them, tell me your story. And that's what this documentary is about. When we were working the streets of Washington, D.C., when I was working for Channel 7, they referred to his generation as the lost generation. Well, as you can see, he ain't lost.
Yes.
But now they have a story to tell. So what I always tell people is, you heard of hands up, don't shoot. Well, they're not going to be the generation that's hands up, don't speak. They're speaking now. And we owe it to them, based on what we saw in the 1970s and 1980s on the streets of Washington, to listen to their story.
So can we find this on, is it on social media, YouTube, or is it out on?
No, he's working the film festivals right now.
Okay.
So he's making sure that it goes up the proper channels first.
Okay.
And then he's trying to win distribution. He wants to go to Cannes. He wants to premiere it in France. So.
And so you're the producer?
I'm the filmmaker, director, and editor.
Okay.
So,
And your name?
Carl King.
Okay. What gave you the idea to do this particular movie?
Well, we started out
Documentary.
of class. So for the first couple of weeks, we're like, oh, well, we got to pass this class. We got to get a good grade. But after that, we kind of were just like, this is too good of a project for us to stop with the class. And so after the class ended, we continued going on with our idea. Our professor gave us the idea and gave us the tools to put it together and gave us the direction to go in with it. And after that, we hit the ground running.
So the performers I know you said earlier, Mr. Walter said that most of these people in there have experienced.
Yeah, they're students.
Did you go into the street and find people in the street as well, or is it just students?
Didn't have to, and that was the thing, is that when we see these students graduating from Howard and Hampton and Bowie State, we always assume that they start at the same starting line that the young white kids start from. And what this documentary tells you is that their starting line is different than the other starting line. And because it's different, if you're going to talk about Ferguson, you need to know who those people are out there protesting. And one of the things that we don't understand is who they are. This film answers that question. So they didn't need to go to the streets. They just had to go to the next desk and the person sitting next to them. And one by one, everybody opened up and told their story. And it was fascinating because there were people that didn't tell their stories at first, but then as the class went on, they said, I have something to say. And the one that really stood out was Samara. Says, you know, my grandmama run a crack house down in Baltimore. And she talked about how her mother cooked crack and how they had crack in the kitchen. And she started out when she was 4?
She was 5. Samara was 5.
Right.
And was in that life until she was 17. It's a long time for a child to go through something. And she's 22 now, so it's not that many years removed from being in that lifestyle.
If you haven't seen it, you have to see it. If it's part of any festival that you're having, you got to make sure that they have it. It's called Children of a Lost Generation.
I just want to thank you, Mr. Walters.
Hey, no problem.
And you're doing a wonderful job. And I'm going to try to find you on Al Zero.
There you go.
Yes.
I'm easy to find.
Okay, I'm going to try to find you. And you too, brother.
Thank you.
And I want to tell you, congratulations.
Yeah, losing every aspect of the mind, it's bleeding. Yeah, mommy, daddy love me, please come back to hug me. Yeah, the drugs within this country draw the clouds of death above me.
We the lost generation.
The drugs within this country draw the clouds of death above me.
We the lost generation.
The drugs within this country draw the clouds of death above me. The time's ticking, I'm on a mission, they must listen. It's ain't about you being atheist or being Christian. The war on drugs is something that has affected all. Let's put a stop to the tear dripping and whistling. It's not affecting me, so why should I care? Didn't have my mom and dad smoking while I sat in the stairs, wondering why they aren't there. Yet the pain I must bear, because I know the feeling of asking why this life is unfair. Hopeless despair, no one understands the pain that we felt, crying and wishing uplifting while we were taking the belt. Cause our piggy banks were empty, these the cards we were dealt, but we smile, grin and take it silent, screaming for help. I've been affected by the war on drugs just like you. I cannot play the violin without the label misconstrued. God, if you're there, looking down on us like you do, I've mailed this letter to you. Ventilation from the lost generation. Heartless, beating, stop, keep breathing. Losing every aspect of the mind, it's bleeding. Mommy, daddy love me, please come back to hug me. The drugs within this country draw the clouds of death above me.
We the lost generation.
The drugs within this country draw the clouds of death above me.
We the lost generation.
The drugs within this country draw the clouds of death above me.